Hi there, it's David Mourad here. It's the 6th of October. Had a good month of September for our runners. There were only a handful of runners, but we had a few good results and it was a very successful month. So going to go through them quickly, and we're going to kick off with Secret Agenda, who was super impressive, winning first up the Group 3 Hanau Stakes at Caulfield on the 17th of September. It was a great win. She went to the race with plenty of improvement to come. So she's going to take a lot of benefit from the run also, and she's in for a good preparation. She is in at Caulfield on Saturday in race 5, another Group 3, same grade, same distance, and she carries the same weight, so she comes in well at the set weights penalties conditions, and she should run another good race. She has drawn a little bit awkwardly in barrier 10, but she's got Damien Oliver on again, and he's the best man for the job. So if she can overcome the wide draw and have a bit of luck in running, she's going to be hard to beat. So good luck to the owners in her. And she's doing really well. She's now had 4 wins in 4 seconds from 12 starts, with an earnings over 430,000 for the connection. So certainly been a good money spinner for all of us. Second horse to mention last month was Son of a Snitz, also trained by Mick Price. He's had 2 starts, his preparation for 2 wins. His last win again came at Pakenham on the 14th of September. Was initially a Bendigo meeting that was transferred because of the wet weather. So I guess it suited him going back to Pakenham, where he won first up on the synthetic track. Going back there, and again it dropped back to the 1200 metres, which he won again first up. So it was a really good result. He won well again, and he attracted some good interest from a Hong Kong buyer who put in a pretty significant offer, which was pretty hard to refuse. So he has now been sold to Hong Kong. It's a little bit bittersweet for all of us involved. I guess the owners have made a successful sale, which is great, but at the same time they lose a horse that was showing some promise. So not a bad outcome anyway. So congratulations to those owners, and I'm sure we'll see you back in another horse for another go at another roll at the dice. Beludi, another Mick Price runner, had a bit of a freshen up and returned to the races at Pakenham also, which was another meeting that's been transferred due to the wet tracks in Melbourne. He finished 4th in a handy field. He wasn't beaten all that far, a couple of lengths. It was a pretty strong competitive race, so he looks to have returned well. So next start looks to be on the 13th of October at Moe, and he'll suit getting back onto the turf rather than the synthetic. If there's any rain around, that would also be a plus. He does like the sting out of the ground, so he's going well. Hopefully we can see him win again soon. Denman Flyer for Michael Costa. Been very frustrating for the connections. He's come back in super order this preparation. Trialled really well. He did have one first up run where he ran 5th, and it was a good effort. He was on an unsuitable surface, a heavy track. He does not really go well in the heavy at all, but he still ran a good race. Was only beaten a couple of lengths also. And look, he's ready to run a good race. He's ready to win. Just we've had no luck with finding a dry track for him. Any suitable race that we've nominated him for just happens to rain. So he's a bit of a drought breaker, this horse. But next option looks to be on the 18th at Cowra. The forecast has been good from what I've been told. So fingers crossed he can draw a good gate, have a firm track, and he's ready to win. So hopefully that is the case for the owners, who've been very patient there. Sedanza for Gay Waterhouse and Adrian Bott. She trialled really well. She had 3 trials leading into her first up run. Trialled nice, and then she kicked off things at Rose Hill in a midweek race. It was a very strong midweek maiden, probably one of the stronger ones you would see, and the first 3 place getters in that race looked to be pretty smart, and I'm sure we'll see them in better races. So she finished 9th. She's only beaten just over 4 lengths, so it wasn't disgraced. It was a distance short of what her best is going to be. It was 1100 metres. She looks a genuine 1600 metre horse, so she was just beaten for speed, found them a bit too nippy, so she's going to step over it further next start, which is on Saturday at Kembla Grange, 1400 metres, and she'll certainly appreciate the extra distance. She's drawn in barrier 7, depending on the scratchings. She could come into 5 with the emergencies out. So she'll certainly appreciate the extra distance, and we expect to see good improvement there. So good luck to the owners. I'm sure a win's not too far away for her. That was all the runners over the last month, so just a handful of runners, but a few good results there. So congratulations to the owners who had winning results, and good luck to all the owners with runners on the weekend and over the next month. For my tip, last month's tip, Heavens Above, was scratched due to the wet track, but she did go on to win the Group 3 Shirako Stakes at her next start, and then had a pretty solid run in the Epsom, finishing I think 6th or 7th there. But she's off for a spell now, so I've been told. So she's always a horse I like to follow. She does have ability, and she'll be winning more races. My tip for this month has to be our very own Secret Agenda at Caulfield on Saturday. She's in race 5. There's Group 3 for mares over 1200 metres. Same grade as last start, Group 3 for mares over 1200 metres at the same track. She's going to take improvement from that first up run, as I mentioned, and if she gets any luck from that barrier, she's going to be hard to beat again. So good luck there. I do have a dead set certainty tip for Saturday also, and that is a box trifecta in the Caulfield Stakes, because there is only 3 runners in the race, and to be honest, that's pretty disappointing. I know obviously the Supermare Winx lines up there. That's disappointing that a few of the Victorian trainers haven't opted to take her on. Blackheart Bart's in there, and he or she. But look, there's plenty of prize money on offer. 4th place is $27,000, and then there's still 5th, 6th, 7th, and so on. So just a shame that it's come as a 3-horse field. But anyway, look, be interesting to watch it pan out, and you'd have to think Winx is going to be hard to beat. But anyway, have a great weekend, have a good month, and we'll see you next month. Cheers guys, bye.